We believe in growing vegetables for our community as naturally as possible at Urban Roots, a certified, naturally grown urban farm located on 1.7 acres in downtown Springfield, Missouri. We want to live in a vibrant community, and we want this earth to remain a great place to live. We are always mindful of the impact our actions have on our community and our environment. Buying local from farmers supports your local economy. It keeps dollars circulating in your community and allows people like us to make a living for our family while we're working a job that we love and we believe is important. We have 3 goals beyond growing healthy food. We want to have a positive impact on the urban environment. We want to educate people about the positive aspects of locally grown food. And we want to build a stronger community. We love visitors and encourage you to make Urban Roots Farm a place for you to enjoy in Springfield.
Of course, I knew I was going to be a farmer. I mean...
Right. I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure.
I knew we would farm somewhere. We
Right.
just didn't know where it would be.
Right.
And then with this, you know, it kind of felt like the stars aligned because it was a matter of we quickly fell in love with West Central neighborhood.
Well, and at that point, we'd been in the neighborhood for, 6 years?
Yeah.
And we did, regardless of the crime and the challenges that the neighborhood faced, we love the neighborhood and we love being here. You know, we're blocks from downtown, and we really like that area. Our Springfield's downtown has been seeing a renaissance for probably 10 years now, and it's really coming into its own. And we're the closest residential neighborhood to that area. Just the conversations we had with folks walking by on the street were really eye-opening as far as the lack of understanding of where our food comes from and how our food is grown, and what it is to grow whole, healthy food.
And it was addicting whenever you would give them a tomato to try and their eyes would light up and they've never had anything so good and you're like, ooh, I like that feeling.
Right.
Eat another one. Let's go sell some cucumbers. What's that feel like? Oh, the future. In the future, I'm going to become a better farmer.
No, you say that jokingly, but really we are becoming better farmers. You know, we've only been doing this 5 years, and that's, you know, having your own farm 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years, 100 years ago, would have probably been a lot different story than it is today. But you know, we are new generation farmers. I wouldn't say we're first generation farmers because our grandparents both farmed, but our parents didn't farm. And when you have that generational gap in farming, there's a lot of knowledge lost.
So it's interesting that I find it interesting, especially with like my parents' generation, how a lot of them came off of the farm after being raised on farms and had no interest after watching, to me, what I find as an amazing lifestyle. They walked away from it and wanted to make money and had other things that they wanted to go after. And then you're seeing a lot of people in my generation that are wanting to go back and get that lifestyle that you guys had, which I find is really interesting. Why do you think that is?
I think that you're probably drawn to something growing, like an animal. And you like to be a part of helping this animal survive. in the existence of yourself also.
Yeah. I think you get a lot more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more out of life. Well, when I was a little girl, did you think I'd ever be a farmer?
I had my doubts.
Oh, yeah, I did too. Until I was 15, and I think maybe it was a little younger than that. I remember the last couple summers being on your guys' farm, and for whatever reason, it was awesome. And I think that's a big part of why I do it.
Hi, I'm Alex from New York, and I interned at Urban Roots Farm for a full year. Prior to that, I had no knowledge coming in, and just after a few months, I learned so much, covering every aspect from seeding all the way to harvest and taking it to market. We put on farm-to-table dinners, kept bees and chickens. We did infrastructure projects and construction. I mean, you name it. You learn how to utilize and produce on a small piece of property in the middle of Springfield, Missouri. And that can be translated anywhere, like rooftops, Brooklyn Grange, not too far from here. And being in the middle of the city provides great opportunity for the community and the farmer. The neighbor can pick up their weekly share of produce on their way home from work. The students at nearby schools can take field trips and volunteer. And the farmer doesn't have to go far to find a market. And at the end of the day, can walk down the block to Mother's Brewery. Springfield has a lot to offer in terms of local food, and the community is pretty hard to beat.